So we head off from Kyoto to Tokyo, and of course we're gonna use the bullet train. It's called the Shinkansen. This train can go up to 200 miles per hour, though not as fast as a plane, but it sure as hell is more comfortable. It has a huge tray you can work on. You can recline, prop up your feet, take a nap even. The ride is actually pretty smooth. We decided to head to this Ibitsu Garden Palace Tower to find something to eat. I take that back. There's a friend of mine who's currently living in Tokyo. He's the one who's taking me out to eat. All I wanted was to try out their famous beef. So we went up to the top of the Ibitsu Tower, and he gave me a little bit of history of the beef and how it's different from the US beef. I tried to ask him what's the difference and how's the texture. He said he couldn't describe it. He said you just have to try it. It is the only way you can describe it is to try it yourself. And yeah, it is completely different. Just looking at it makes your mouth watery. There you go, Doug. Show us how it's done. Well, basically I didn't want to mess it up.
And what is that over there? This is sirloin. Sirloin. Yeah, and this is rib. Rib.
Oh, thank you, Doug, for a fantastic meal, man. Won't forget it. Well, after dinner, I had to stay up there to take a look at the view. So now it's cherry blossom time. Now we were way too early for the cherry blossom season. I'd say only about maybe 5% of the place was blooming. But we did manage to find a few trees here and there. It won't be until another 2 weeks before it reaches peak blooming. Oh, what you want? You ain't getting no food. Huh? Look at him. Look at him. After 3 or 4 parks, we went out to Akihabara. I stopped by Square Enix Cafe, did some window shopping like this Sword Art Online store, be bombarded with all the lights and posters, and of course the cosplay. Sega! My very first console! I hear Universal Studios is opening up in Nintendo Land. Oh yeah, drive it slow, man, drive it slow. Oh yeah, time for some Mario Kart. We first had to get an intro of how to use the cart. And I was like, dude, I can't understand a word you're saying. Just let me have at it and get out of the way. And we off. And right off the bat, I already got a smoke screen. Reminds me of the game Spy Hunter. One word of note, you have to get an international driver's license to drive one of these things. That's because you are driving on the streets of Tokyo, not some predetermined track. These cars can go up to 40 miles per hour actually. I originally wanted to go to Akihabara at night, but it was like down in the low 40s with winds around 20 miles an hour. No. We had to use hand gestures to do single file and double file. I wanted to go faster, but man, somebody was slow. And yeah, I ran a red light there. Now you have to follow a guide. They won't let you roam freely anywhere, willy-nilly, wherever you want to go. The difficult thing here is trying to keep up with the person in front of you, especially the guy. Because if he tries to run through a yellow light, man, if you're at the bottom of the pack, you're in trouble. Ooh, and a Katsuki. We head out to the Meguro River, specifically at night, to try and capture both the lanterns and the cherry blossoms. Unfortunately, the cherry blossom was not in bloom yet. Ugh. We decided to do a day trip to Mount Fuji. We stopped by the Kawakuchiko Music Forest Museum, located directly north of Mount Fuji itself. As you can see, nothing's really blooming yet, but it does have a nice backdrop. As you can see, the theme of the place is music.
お楽しみいただける時間にしておりますので、ぜひともこの後の時間に限り、これこれ10分でお楽しみいただきたいと思います。
Not quite Bellagio quality, but I guess it's pretty at night. Oh, there you go. There you go, finally. Out of all the exhibits, I think I like this sand painting the best.
That's nice. That is so good.
With this last photo, I managed to get this shot while we were on the bus. A picture of this one lone fisherman with a nice backdrop of Mount Fuji. Too bad I had to use my cell phone because I couldn't bring out my camera. That's because the bus was like capacity of 20 people, and there was like maybe 50 of us in there. Well, that's it for Tokyo. I gotta go back there when the cherry blossoms are blooming. Oof.